We're going to my... Excuse me, sorry.
That beep, do the beep thing, Marissa.
We're going to my grandma's house today for a potato festival.
It's called Spud Day.
It's for Spud Day, apparently, and it's where you just look at potatoes, like all day long.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I was born in Idaho Falls, and my parents live in a town called Shelley, Idaho.
And he ate potatoes every day of his life.
And there's 3,000 people that live there, or probably 4 or 5 now. And they do an annual festival called Spud Day. So rumor has it that it's pretty hip and happening. So I'm pretty excited because this is our first road trip we've had since we've gotten home. It's only about 200-mile drive. Marissa is not with us because she is at a convention for her work. It's a 3-day convention. It's the biggest convention in Utah, so she's having fun with her friends from work while we go and have fun looking at potatoes.
My eyebrow looks really weird.
At least you have one.
Dad, you just roasted yourself.
Just to make, there's eyebrows right here.
What eyebrows?
There are eyebrows, they're just very light.
It's just really small. Smaller.
We're waiting for Reese right now. Reese is getting
For real?
getting us a meal.
Why is he
Check it
bringing
out.
a gallon of water?
Wait till he comes out.
Okay.
Show what he's brought with him.
Looks like a homeless man. Reese, get in the car!
Here, I'll help him.
That was pointless. Got his backpack.
Take that with you, right? Wait, I'll bring him the water. Okay? Here, drink water. Just bring it like.
Are you gonna drink all of that?
Yeah.
And eat all of that?
Yeah.
For real? Dad just low-key roasted himself.
What?
I was like, my eyebrows look really weird, and then he was like, at least you have some.
So there's a high school where my grandpa played football at, and my grandpa would always tell my dad this story. And it's on the way to Idaho Falls. So the story is that it was his last football game or something, and then he scored the winning touchdown in like the last play. So that's the story.
And we're gonna have my dad tell it, and then my grandpa tell it, and see how much it's changed throughout the generations, I think. Hey Dad, is generations like son and son?
Okay, we're off like, how many of us are there? We're off like 5 dirty shirts.
What? My shirt isn't dirty.
But we're off like 5 dirty shirts.
Take a shirt off when it's dirty. That's what he's saying. So we're off now.
Okay. All right, bye house for a couple minutes.
Hey Dad, is that Idaho sign right there?
Our shrine's right there.
Dad, come here. I found a free. Come here. I'm pretty sure it must have gotten peed on us.
What? Dad.
Oh, it's weedy.
if you look here, this is the sign for the Idaho border. I've always heard rumors my whole life about this grave here, but I never stopped till last fall when last spring when I was here going to visit my dad. And it's a pretty funny story. This guy, his name is Hugh Moon, and he lived in Utah. And he came up to Idaho to settle part of Idaho. And when he died, he asked that his family bury him in Utah. So his family packed him up in a wagon and drove him to this point and buried him here. But if you turn and look at the sign for Idaho over here behind you, Maya, naked. They buried him like 100 yards from the Idaho border. And so I think it's just a really funny story of this guy, and like his family went to all the work to do it. But the funniest part to me is like his ghost or his spirit probably always thought he lived in Idaho for like 50 years until they built this freeway. And then for some reason, it just turns out that the Idaho sign is right by his grave to prove that he wasn't buried in Utah, right? Like, have you thought about that part of it, Reese? Like, if he was like over there in the mountains, like you wouldn't know. Or if he was like clear over there, you wouldn't know. But like they buried him here, and then some sick, twisted person decided to put the sign right by his grave so that his ghost knew he was not buried in Utah. See that football field back there? That's Marsh Valley football. When Grandpa was in high school, they were playing at Marsh Valley and they were losing at halftime, and the coach said, I want you guys to go out there and win this game. You're going to be driving by this high school a lot when you go to Salt Lake from Idaho Falls, and I want you to be able to tell your family that you went out and you won that game. So they went out in the second half, and Grandpa blocked a punt, and that punt that was blocked caused it so that they won the game. And so every time we pass that high school, my whole life, I have to hear the story. And now every time we pass the high school, you guys have to hear the story.
And Grandpa's gonna tell the story, and we're gonna see how much you are lying and how much Reese is
I'm not lying, that's what I recall him saying. Man, look at those mountains, they're purple.
How's it going? Good. Good to see you.
You see me or not?
Yeah, I saw you.
No, I was talking to Ryder.
Oh,
He
yeah,
ran
I
right.
saw it. That was pretty cool.
He was like,
Okay, Grandpa, so we want you to tell the football story now, since Reese and my dad told it. Now we want you to.
Okay. I want you to know ahead of time that my story is the true story because it happened to me and I still remember it very distinctly. And by the way, I'm sitting here after 42 orthopedic surgeries and a crippled knee, leg that may have to be amputated because I played this wonderful game. Okay, the last game of the season when I was a senior, we played at Marsh Valley on Highway I-95. Is it 95? Okay, start over.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready, go.
It's
Okay.
I-15.
The last game that we played when I was a senior, we played at Marsh Valley, just past Pocatello on the way to Salt Lake. And at the beginning of before the game started, the coaches always gave us a pep talk. Coach Cress's were not inspiring. Coach White's were very inspiring, and Coach Potter's were inspiring sometimes. Coach Potter, however, really inspired us this time because he said to us, all of you guys are playing this last game. You've won every game so far, and if you win this last game, you'll be undefeated. If you don't, you will remember for the rest of your lives that every time you passed Marsh Valley, that you did not win and that you blew your undefeated season. And so we knew that that was true because a lot of us were going to be going to Salt Lake for the rest of our lives, and so we, many times, and every time we passed it, we would remember that we had won or we had lost, and we did win the game. And by the way, I blocked a punt and played one of the best games of my life. That's it.
Okay, good to know.
Close to mine, actually.
Is it?
No, Dad, yours was a whole lie.
What? I said he blocked a punt.
No,
I
Dad.
might have said that was the key to the winning of the game.
No, Dad, you lied the whole thing.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
Was
Grandpa,
that
don't
okay,
listen to
really?
him. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, I don't need to do another one.
No, you don't need to.
It was good.